Welcome to the Women in Wealth podcast, brought to you by Regina Hess, a certified financial planner with over 2 decades of experience. This show is for professional women who want guidance in working towards their retirement vision in learning, building, planning, striving for your dreams, and putting the work in now so that you can pursue your financial independence. Hello, I'm Regina Hess, president of Forge Wealth Management, and welcome to our Women in Wealth series. Today, I have a new friend with me. And Jess, can you tell us who you are, what you do, and what you love about what you do?
Yeah, absolutely. Hi, I'm Jess Lipson. I work in the field of HR as an HR generalist. I've been in the field of HR for my entire career, which has been the past 25 years or so. And as of last year, I just recently went out on my own and established JBL Consulting, which is an executive HR consulting firm. So I'm doing fractional HR strategy work for a myriad of different clients across different verticals.
Wow, that's a lot.
It's a
So,
mouthful.
yeah. So, no, one, congratulations. That's a huge step.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
not
It's
taken
big.
lightly, I'm sure.
No, and it hasn't been easy, and it's been a learning every day. I learn something new, and
Yeah.
it's learning something new about the business world and
hmm
myself versus,
hmm
I'm an old hat at HR, so it's
Yeah.
fun.
Oh, yeah. So that's what I say. This July will be our 10th anniversary as
Now,
our
good for
own
you.
business. However, I am still learning every day how to be a business owner. Like I can be an FA, I can be a financial planner. That's the easy part.
Yeah,
Learning being a business owner, it's
yeah,
hard
it's
work,
different. It's
not
a
for the
different
faint of heart.
challenge. No, it is not. It took me this long, and I'll say this, I never thought I would be here ever.
Yeah.
I was
hmm
very content in, I was primarily in marketing and advertising and being part of an agency and being part of that family. And then, something just hit and it was time and it all lined up very nicely.
Nice. Now, so tell us how you decided to niche in the area that you're niching and tell us a little bit more about your niche.
Yeah, so HR being my niche is because of people. I
hmm
love helping people. That is why I do what I do.
Okay.
I tend to be, I have grown up in this field mostly in marketing and advertising. But in an agency world, you touch so many different verticals. Like I've touched sales, I've touched sustainability, I've touched pharma. And so, at some point, I wanted to not just stay in the confines of the marketing and advertising world. I wanted to spread my wings and work with different types of people, different sizes of companies, different verticals. So it took me on this journey, and it's it's been a learning, really a exciting and learning experience.
Okay. So are you working? So you're helping executives get placed?
Yeah, so to dig in
Okay.
a little further, I'm an HR generalist. So I
hmm
touch everything from, God, employee relations, legal, benefits administration, onboarding, hiring, firing, recruiting, anything that you can think of in that people and culture realm.
hmm
So I'm working with mostly a C-suite or a leadership team, helping them build their teams and their culture and
Okay.
streamline their HR practices. So
Okay.
my sweet spot, if you will, are companies that are just about to hit 50 employees because 50 is the magic number for HR and all the laws that come with it, or they're just above it and they want to grow. So I don't
hmm
have any companies that are 300, 200, 300 plus. These
hmm
are smaller companies that, again, either A, don't have an HR company and want to build one, or they have an HR practice, but it's administrative and it's on the ground. It's really hands and in the weeds of the people, and they need a strategic person to come in and help them grow. Like, how do we take a 10,000-foot view of our people and the structure and the culture, and how do we enhance on it?
That's cool. So they're outsourcing that to you because you're not in the weeds with them every day. You can kind of think a little bit more globally and, free and clear of all the day-to-day minutia.
Yeah, it kind of sounds silly to say, but you don't need me full time.
Okay.
If you are a certain size of a company, um, And as long as we streamline the HR softwares that you're using, the policies and procedures that you have in place, things can run themselves essentially. But when you
Hmm.
dig into why are my people unhappy? How can I recruit better? You know, our team's not working out. There's high turnover. How can we create a wellness initiative to get more people engaged because we're a remote culture? That's where I come in helping to establish those streamlined areas, helping to establish programs and policies to put in place. And, you know, not it's not that everyone is looking for ways to make people happy. It's, hey, we're a team of 10 and we're slotted to grow double, triple in size in the next year. Let's put things in place now so that when we hit that mark, we've got it all set up and ready to go. So
No, that's
there's so many different hats that I wear and ideas and programs that come out of all of the what, for lack of better words, issues that these companies are having. But they're
mm-hmm.
good issues to have, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. I mean, what company is going to complain about growing?
I agree with you. And some people are growing very fast because of M&A. So
Oh
it's like
yeah.
they were a small team and we just acquired a company and we're bringing in 16 people. What do we do?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
it's really interesting to me. And again, why I went on my own is because I get to deal with something different every day. And it's been really exciting. And this is kind of, you know, it being in HR for so long and being in the weeds with the team, you've seen it all, you've heard it all. So now I get to bring those experiences to other people and say, you know what, I've dealt with this before. You're not the only one. Here's an idea out of the box, maybe, but like, let's think about this. And what if we, you know, switch things up? And
Mm-hmm.
so it's nice to be heard and able to do your job in this way from a very strategic perspective.
Love it.
And now,
Love
don't
it.
get me wrong, I am hands-on as well. So some of these companies are saying, that's a great idea. Can you do it? And it's, yeah, the answer is yes, because I still like to be involved with the team. I like to get
Mm-hmm.
to know everyone. I need them to know me and to trust me in order to know what I'm doing for their company is also for them and to help the growth that they're looking for too. So it's not just this high level C-suite conversation. I'm meeting with the teams and I'm getting to know them as well and getting my hands dirty with them too.
I love that.
Yeah.
And then like you said, like I like getting in there and getting dirty and being busy.
Yeah.
I think that's a business owner thing. We all have like this undiagnosed ADD. It's just like,
Yeah.
oh, butterfly. Oh, oh, oh,
Oh,
like, oh, another idea.
I'm a squirrel. Absolutely. We call it the bright, shiny object syndrome, and I have
Yes.
it for certain. I do. And it's funny
Uh,
too, because with having a myriad of clients, it's like, I think of an idea over here that we put in place, and it's like, oh my God, that would be great for this client over here.
yeah.
So, you know, it's actually really interesting. There's a lot of cross-pollination going on.
Yeah.
So it's fun.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. So is there, I think I know the answer to this question, but I'm going to ask it. Is there a specific industry or various industries that you work for, or is it across the board?
It's across the board now. So
That's what
right
I
now
thought.
we're talking about a technology company. I've got an umbrella company. I'm working with a new lead generation startup. So it really, a fabric company has just come into my midst. So it really runs the gamut.
Oh, wow, it
And I
does.
think that's the most exciting part because, I mean,
Yeah.
look, people are people anywhere you go, but it's fun to see the different types of people and the different types of culture and it really, you know, a salesperson you know, at an umbrella company is way different than a support person at a technology company. And so being able to work with those the different kinds of people is awesome.
It's very, very cool. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. And that feeds into your like, ADD. You're like, oh, something different. Okay, let's go check it
Yes,
out.
it very
Yeah.
much
Yeah.
does. It very much does.
Nobody told business owners until you're like a couple years in that you are undiagnosed ADD. You're like,
I,
oh, oh,
I'm
oh, get it.
self-diagnosed.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
I'm
I get it
self-diagnosed
now.
for sure.
Yeah, I
Absolutely.
get it. Yeah, my
I was
and
just in
it
a meeting prior to this. I was in an interview. So
yeah,
like you take off that hat and then you put on this hat and you're a business owner, you're having this conversation. You know, and after this meeting, I've got another meeting to talk about onboarding for one of my clients.
nice.
So the
Nice.
constant change of speed the constant change of like different conversations and the way that you have to speak differently with people, whether it's someone in the C-suite or someone who's just starting as a new employee, definitely fills the ADHD, need in me for differentiate
Yeah.
all day.
That's fun. That's fun. And you do most of your work is remote, or do you go into the businesses?
It's a great question. I am primarily remote, but I have one client that I do go in their office because they are primarily in the office. I go every Tuesday and I spend
Mm.
time there with them. And it's helpful because that's their culture. So it's
Hmm.
nice to be there. It's nice. They've gotten to know me. They've gotten to see my face. If, they want to speak privately, they know that I'm there on a Tuesday. We have our leadership team meetings on Tuesday when I'm there. So yeah, primarily I am remote, but I will, work with the teams depending on the best way to handle their, culture is.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. So if people want to learn more about you and your business and what you're doing, where would they go?
Great question. LinkedIn, of course, you can find me, Jess Lipson. And then my website, jblconsulting.me, I think it is. jblconsulting.me. There, yeah. I'm like, have to
Yeah.
put that hat on, right? My
Yeah, yeah.
personal, like that's the other thing. Who has time to work on their own business? I don't know. So this is great. Thank you for
Yeah,
letting me,
no.
talk about me for a little bit. But yes, LinkedIn and jblconsulting.me is where you
All
can
right.
find
Fantastic, fantastic. I love what you're doing. It's so like cool to see how you're like, not just down in with one type of company or one type of industry. I love that you get to see different,
me.
different
Yeah.
types of businesses. And like you said, people are people, but the business's needs are a little bit different
Yeah.
depending on where
It's an
they're
eye
coming from.
opening.
Yeah, yeah,
Eye
yeah,
opening for
yeah.
sure.
No, that's fantastic. Especially with all of your experience that you've had over the years, what are some of the challenges that you have faced as a professional woman?
That's the question,
I
right?
know it's
That's the
loaded.
question.
Sorry.
It is loaded, and I'll be very honest with you right off the bat. It's one of the reasons that I did go out on my own. I have been, I have sat on leadership teams in the last few companies that I've been with, and at some of them, not all of them, I have been the youngest female, maybe the only female.
Mm,
My personal life, I'm not married. I didn't have children. And there was a different dynamic there. Specifically from an HR perspective, if you're with a company that doesn't value their people, that's where I come in. So, as the only woman sitting on leadership team, maybe not having a voice, and now I am trying to protect the people, and they might not be this team's greatest asset, right?
oh, yeah.
They are to me. So convincing a leadership team or a C-suite, and I have found it mostly in larger organizations that I have been with, versus like the smaller agencies. Like the last agency I was with for the last 8 years was just phenomenal. That has been the biggest challenge, being a woman on a leadership team of all of men, and sometimes the finances outweigh the people. Sometimes decisions are not people-led decisions. And so, it's hard to get your voice across.
Hmm.
So that prompted this journey for me,
Yeah,
right?
I get
That
that.
I know what I'm talking about and I know what I'm doing when it comes to your people and culture. Now people are coming to me and saying, we need your expertise, we need your help. Instead of being part of a leadership team because essentially they need HR. You guys can't see my quote unquotes. They need HR there to kind of close that loop for them. But sometimes HR is just still personnel
Yeah.
and it's not a strategic seat at the table. And,
Right.
again,
Ooh.
yeah.
Let's
So,
unwind that because I've
yeah.
heard from, I believe she is a mutual friend of ours, Marsha O'Connor, talk about that
Oh,
all the time, where a lot of times HR is an afterthought
yep.
and they could save you so much pain, suffering, and money if they
Yep.
are brought to the conversation, brought to the table way earlier.
Yeah,
Go
that's
tell us what
100%
you think.
true. That is
Yeah.
100% true.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're brought in to fix things. And that's
Hmm.
not necessarily just what we do, And there was always a joke, like, I'm here to spend your money, not save your money, right?
Mm.
Because I'm like, you need this, you need to streamline this, you need this software, you need to hire more, you need to fire more. But if you put it all together and you strategically use HR in planning your growth, it's, you knock all of those things out in the beginning. Like, you are more strategic with your hiring, so there's less turnover, and turnover costs money. You're streamlining efforts so that you don't necessarily maybe have to hire that second accountant, because I just took all this off their plate by putting in an HRIS system that connects to their payroll. So it is a very strategic seat at the table. And I would like to think that now I'm being brought in. It's funny because I'm brought in by the likes of a CFO. Finance is very intertwined with HR, and their knowledge of how HR can help strategically save money, save on the bottom line, make your, EBITDA go up, because we've just solved the problem of all the payouts of vacation, and PTO. There's so many things.
Yeah.
From a strategic perspective that come into place. So,
Oh, absolutely.
and not for nothing, I would say that, and this is not a statistic that I know, but 80 to 90% of your HR personnel are women.
Oh, I believe
That's
that in a
that's what we
heartbeat.
see.
Yeah, I believe
So
that in a
being a
heartbeat.
woman at the table with this voice is very important. Very important. Working with those male-led leadership and finance teams to say, hey, look what we can do.
Hmm.
It's a very important position for me to be in, and I cherish it.
Yeah. No, that's great. No, and 100%. I think every single HR person that I know or in the HR field is female.
Yeah.
And I know quite a
Isn't
few.
it? Wonder why that.
Some of my favorite
Um,
people are in HR, actually.
well, thank you. I will take that as a
Yes, please do.
Yeah, you know what? I've been mentored by some of the best, and Marsha's one of them. I look up to her completely.
No.
What she has done with the O'Connor Group is unprecedented, and it's probably unconsciously, it's probably one of the reasons I did what I did.
Mm,
In my last agency, we did a massive let around COVID, and she's the first person I went to and said, "What are your thoughts?"
hmm.
So, her leadership and guidance and all the people I've met through her, through the EO Women's Network in Philadelphia, um, I think they've given me like the strength to say, look, I can sit at that table as a woman and
Yeah.
have a voice.
Yeah.
Very important to me.
Absolutely. And I love Marsha O'Connor. And it doesn't matter if you're in HR or not, that Marsha has she's a leader in everything. I
Absolutely.
mean, she's just an amazing woman. And um there's everything about her is positivity and you can do it and helping everyone along, like we can do this, like
Yeah.
supporting everyone. I mean,
Yeah.
just so many amazing things I can say about Marsha.
Yeah. And it's funny because I am a perpetual optimist. I'm
Hmm.
like you can do it. What do you mean you can't do it? Let's figure it out. Let's do it together. And I take that guidance from her as well, because
Hmm.
you know anytime you go to her with an issue, anytime that I've seen her, there's this smile on her face and she lights up a room, and I think that's what attracts people to her. um,
Yeah.
and that's how I want to be as well, right? Like, you want to be that
100%.
beacon of light for not just people that have issues, but people who just want to run ideas past you. You want to be that mentor. Like, so I'm hopefully that's kind of the message that I spread to all the people that I'm working with as well. Like, that's in HR, that's who you want to be.
Amen to that. I love it. Okay, let's get in our time machine. What's
Ay,
your
ay, ay.
what is your vision of retirement?
Look, I say this, I would love to retire. I don't know that I could ever fully retire. And I mean that in that, I see my parents are very happily retired. They have a better social life than I do at this point.
Hmm.
But, my father will still go out and work with my brother sometimes doing some stuff. And I see that. Like, I still have that itch to do and to help. So Will I ever fully retire? I don't know. But the dream would
Mm.
be beach, somewhere where I could, even though I'm helping someone, I'm sitting on my porch with the ocean outside and, my little bungalow and my black cat and my niece and my nephew visiting every day to be like, Aunt Jess, what can we do together that's fun?
Oh,
That's the dream, just still being surrounded by family and, somewhere where I can relax and unwind. And I think still at the heart of it, be helping people in some way. On the side, I do a lot of work helping people with their resumes. It's not part of my job, but it's something that I'm good at and I love to do. I love to mentor young people who are looking to get into the workforce. Like, how do I get a
okay.
foot in the door? So
That's awesome.
something I think whether volunteer, but still using my brain and my HR people skills for good, not evil. Um, but doing it, beachside. That's the dream.
I am all in on that dream. I love it. Love it. Feels warm and tingly.
Yes, yes. And now
Mm.
the good weather is coming in, so it like makes everything just better every day. You look outside and the sun is shining and it just makes the day better.
It does. And I don't realize how much the winter impacts me, but after the past week and a half of like pretty much sunshine and some warmth every day, I
Yeah.
feel
You get out of
amazing.
bed and you're like, let's do this. Let's
Let's
tackle the day. Like
go.
the fact that
Yeah.
tomorrow's Friday already, like where did my week go? It was sunny and
Yeah.
it was a beautiful week and I feel accomplished and I feel like I had a productive week and yeah, it's great.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, I think our action item today is going to kind of be twofold. One, be a mentor. Be a mentor to someone
Yeah,
else because someone was a mentor to you.
absolutely.
And then pick your space at the table
Yeah,
and
that's
have
a
a
great
voice
one.
at that table. Right?
That's a great one. And
Yeah.
I will say this, I've been at many tables where I haven't had a voice and
Yeah.
it's led me to find the table that I have a. So
Nice.
don't let it quiet you. Keep yourself heard because someone will listen.
Yeah.
And when you find that person who listens, it will help you continue on your journey for certain. That the person
Love it.
who heard me only has given me the strength to keep going.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Well, I want to thank you for being on our show.
Thank you for
It,
having me.
it was
And you know what?
awesome.
I think Marcia's probably one of the people that is responsible for us meeting because we met at the EO Rise and Thrive. So
Yeah. That was a
for all around.
fantastic event.
Yeah, it was.
They have the date scheduled for next year.
I
It's
already bought a ticket that day.
okay. I
Yeah.
am actually out of town. I can't believe I'm already out of town for, and I have to, I'm like, I was already like, I can't wait. I can't wait. And I look at my calendar, I'm like, oh, son of a gun.
Aw,
So yeah, unless something changes, but this was a big event. So I don't know if I can change it. So
fair enough. We'll
I
record
will
it.
miss that one, but I will be at everything else.
Well,
Hopefully.
this was a lot of fun, Regina.
Yeah,
Thank you so
good.
much.
Oh, you are welcome. I'm so glad to have you. And I want to thank everyone else for joining us. Again, I'm Regina McCann Hess, president of Forge Wealth Management. My website is forgewealth.com. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Forge Wealth. And on LinkedIn, it's Regina McCann Hess. Go make it a great day. Thank you for joining me for this episode of the Women in Wealth podcast. You can watch the founders video I created for you to learn more about me and how I can guide you towards your financial independence at www.forgewealth.com. The information in this podcast is educational and general in nature and does not take into consideration the listener's personal circumstances. Therefore, it is not intended to be a substitute for specific, individualized financial, legal, or tax advice. To determine which strategies or investments may be suitable for you, consult the appropriate qualified professional prior to making a final decision. Securities are offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA, and SIPC. Investment advice offered through Private Advisor Group, a registered investment advisor. Private Advisor Group and Forge Wealth Management are separate entities from the LPL Financial. Our show guests and their companies are not affiliated with nor endorsed by LPL Financial, Private Advisor Group, or Forge Wealth Management.